Friends, yeah, welcome to my channel. My name is Doris Aite, and yeah, thanks for all those who have subscribed so far to my channel. And if you are new to my channel, please don't forget to subscribe, and please remember the notification bell so that whenever I upload a new video, you'll be notified. Thank you so much. So as I said, we are going to make a senator top for men. So let's just get started. So the first thing we need is our tape measure, and we need our short ruler, our scissors, and our measurements. So let's come to the video. So like I said, this is our measurement. We have the chest 50, shoulder 18, length of the shirt we are going to make, I'm going to go by 35, and 35 minus 2 it means that the total length we are going to achieve is 33, and 2 for hemmings. I hope you understand that. And we have the arms to be 14, we have the sleeves length to be 26, and shoulder to hip I'm going to go by 24. So now let's get started. So before that, we need to come back to the measurement. I want to explain something small before we get started. When you look at the chest measurement, then the real measurement is 40. It's 40. But why is it 50 here? We need to add, I'm adding plus 10, making it 50 because I need allowance so that by the time we finish everything, I'll end up achieving 40. I don't want to end up achieving 35 because the chest measurement is 40. So for me to be at the safer hands, and for you beginners, please, I will advise you to add 10 inches to whatever measurements you have, then you divide that by 4. So now that we've added 10 to our 40, we are getting 50. So let's divide 50 by 4, then after that we can come back to the fabric. So this is my tape measurement, so you could see. So I'm looking for my 50, then I'm going to divide that by 4. So this is my 50. I hope you can see that. This is my 50. This is 50. So I am going to divide that by 4. So look at that. This is one division. So I'm dividing it. Now let's go for the second one. So 2, when you divide 50 by 2, you are going to get 25. And now I'm going to divide the 25 too by another 2. I'm having 12 and half. I hope you can see that. This is 12 and half. So this is what we are going to use to cut our fabric. And remember that the length I want is 35. My real length is 33 and 2 for hemmings. So I am going to go and cut 35 for the length, and chest 12 and half. So let's come back to the fabric. So remember that for you to have a neat finishing for whatever you are doing, I mean, if you want to have a neat cutting, you want to have a neat finishing, you always have to remember to press. So before we cut our fabric, we need to press it. But look at this. This is the correct side of the fabric, and this is wrong. So whenever you are going to cut, you don't cut at the correct side of the you don't cut at the correct side of your fabric. You turn it and cut at the wrong side. So let's just quickly do that. So we are okay to go. Alright. So now let's just quickly check if this is okay to be our 12 and half. Okay, this is even more than. It's more than we are okay. We are okay. So I always tell I always tell all fashion students, or if you are still in the fashion industry, I always advise that whenever you want to start, you need to create a starting line for yourself. That is a straight starting line for yourself. So I'm going to go ahead and create one for myself. So please look at this. I'm coming here 1 inches, 1 inches, 1 and 1. Then you mark out, you connect your points. You connect your point to have, you just want to achieve a straight starting point. All right, so we have 1 now. If you like, you can cut them out. If you don't like, if you also like, you can just leave it like that. But me, I'll leave my own like that. Yes, I think I'm okay with that. All right, I think I will cut it. Let me just cut it. Yeah, so I'm just cutting it. I hope you can see that. I'm cutting it out. Remember, I'm just trying to achieve what? A straight starting point. Okay. So now, as I said, now let me quickly remind you of something. When you take your first chest, which is going to be 12.5, please let's do that first. Then you understand what I'm trying to explain. Let's take our 12.5. You see that? You see that? I've marked it. And remember that we are working with length 35. So after taking your first 12, what you do is you take the length of your shirt. So this is the length of my shirt. 35. I hope you can see that. The length is going to be 35. So now that you know the length of your shirt, you stand on this and you take your 12.5, your next chest measurement, which is 12.5. Okay, I hope you see that. Yeah, so you stand on this point again, then you take the last length, 35. So this is length. Yeah, take your last length, 35. So now what you just do is to connect the lines. Sorry today I didn't bring my long rule, but we are going to manage this one. Okay, you have to bear with me. Okay, so we are just going to connect this to this as well, and make sure that you are having a straight line. Trust me, if you have a straight line, you don't have any problem. Yeah, I'm just going ahead to connect all my lines. You connect all your lines, and they are correct, and that is all. So now you see, my lines are connected. So what do I do next? I'll just go ahead. So if you really want to know whether this line is straight, what you have to do is just simple. Just check around. See if these lines are going to be 12.5. You see that? You see that? You see that I'm having the 12.5. So now what you do is you go ahead and you cut. You cut. Just cut. So you watch me once I cut. So just cut them out. Very good. We are cool to go. So now what do we do next? The next thing we are going to do is to cut another one for the back. And please always bear in mind that whenever you are cutting a shirt, and I mean a senator's shirt for men, you should always remember that the back is longer than the front. You should always remember that the back is longer than the front. So we have our 35 here, and what I'm just going to do, I'm going to cut the same thing. And I forgot beginning, I should have made this lesser than the back, but it's still not too late. So what I'm just going to do is I'm going to cut the same thing for the back, and I'll reduce my front. I hope that is clear. So watch me correct my mistakes. Remember, we want to learn 35. We want to learn 35. Going in 35. So I'll just go ahead and press this one as well. Well, iron. So what I'm just going to do right now is, like I said, I'm going to cut the back, and I'll make the back longer than the front. Thank you. Like I said, I'm making the back longer than the front. Like I said, I am making the back longer than the front. So please watch me do that. So I want to make the back 3.5 longer than the front. So just watch how you can achieve that. It's so simple, and I know you are going to enjoy it. Very, very simple. Like I said, if you are new to my channel, don't forget to subscribe, and please remember to tap the notification bell so that whenever I upload a new video, you are always notified. Thank you very much for subscribing. So I'm just going ahead. I want to have the back to, I want to have a straight line over there. So I'm just doing a line, making it straight. That's all. So now back here, like I said, I told you earlier that I want the back to be longer than the front. So I'm just going to add my 3.5 here. So you see that. You see my 3.5. 3.5, 3.5. Then with my short rule, which is straight, of course, then I'll connect my lines. I'm sorry, there's something wrong here, so I'll just go ahead and correct it. This is my 3.5. This is my the next 3.5. So if you are coming to connect the lines and realize that you're not achieving a straight line, the only thing you need to do is come back and correct your measurement. It means there's something wrong with your measurement. Right, 3.5. So I believe with this I'm going to achieve a straight line. Yeah, so you can see that. And I connect the last one. No, last one should come this way. Yeah, I think there's something wrong here. It's not too much. If there's something wrong there, you should be able to identify it. Yeah. straight line. So just going ahead to make this straighter. Very good. Very good. So let's do our 3.5 again. So our 3.5. Our 3.5 is here. Our next 3.5 and 3.5. Now we can connect our lines. Yeah, so you see that you have to make sure that you achieve a straight line. You see? Straight line is very important in fashion. Yeah. So let's just go ahead and cut our lines out. See what I'm doing? Cutting my 3.5 out. So when you get here, and connect this again. Connect this. Just trying to have a straight line, and I'm okay. So I was just going ahead to cut from here as well. The back is always longer than the front, remember. When you make it equal, it means you have plans to shorten. So you cut right at the edges of your fabric. The cutting should be at the edge. Remember, it should be straight. Should be straight. Should be straight. So now you understand why I made this. Very good. So now we are done with our cutting. So these are our pieces, and we keep it. If we need it, we come back to our pieces. So now let's start with the shaping. So now you see that I have my 3.5 here. So what you just do is you drag this down. Please, I hope you are taking notes. What you do is you drag this down. Yeah, you should be meeting here. You want your 3.5 to come at the top. You'll be needing the 3.5 here. I hope you understand. Very good. So that is it. That is it. Now let's do our last person. Like I said, person is very important when you're making a shirt in fashion. Yeah, it's very important. So always remember to press. Always press the fabric. Always. So always remember to press. And back to our measurement. I'm going to go with neck depth of 3 inches and 2.5 for the front, and the back I'm going to use 2 inches and the same 2.5. So let me show you how you can achieve that on your fabric. That's for our neck. So that is where's my chocolate. So for the front, I have my 3 inches here. This is my 3. This is my 3 inches, and I'm going to go by here 2.5. You see? So what you do first is you connect this line. Now here you come. I'm going to use 2 here, because the reason why I'm doing this is using 2 here is that the back is not as lower as the front. The front drops and the back is higher. And remember, it's for men, it's not for ladies. So I have to do this. And here I'm going to go by the same 2.5. So when you're done, what I just want to do is connect the lines. If you like, I connect it to the down. Then I connect this as well. Then, so for beginners, what I do is I come here, because the front is 1.5. Then I come here 1 inches. Then I come here 1 inches. Then you come here 1 inches. Then see how I'm going to curve this. Then because the front is always deeper, it drops than the back, sorry. So you see what I'm doing? Then you do this. You want to achieve a round neck. I hope you can see that. Now you shape your front, your back as well. But remember that the back is not lower as the front. Yeah. So you do this, and you're okay to go. Yeah, you're okay to go with this. Now we are done with our neckline. So what do? We go with our shoulder and our shoulder slants. Remember that our shoulder is what? 18. And when we finish sewing, we want to maintain our 18 as our shoulder measurement. So what do? We are going to add half plus 9. Remember that your shoulder is always divided by 2. Please do remember. So when you divide 18 by 2, you are going to get what? 9. And we are going to add half as our sewing allowance. So I'm going to go ahead and show you how you can achieve that as well. So let's get started with our shoulder. So this is our 9 here. Our 18 divided by 2, we have 9 plus our sewing allowance, that is half. I'm going to do the same thing here. 9 plus half inches well. And remember that our shoulder too is not straight. No humans has a straight shoulder, so we are going to slant our shoulder. But for this, because it's going to be a kaftan or a senator top for men, I am just going ahead to slant it just 1 inches. But when I'm making a normal shirt for men, you have to slant it as 2 or even 3, depending on the person's chest measurement. So I'm slanting it 1 inches. Yeah, thank you very much. That is my 1 inch. So what you do is you slant it. You slant your shoulder. I hope you can see that. This is your shoulder slant. You do the same thing here. You slant your shoulder. I hope you can see that. So when you finish, you should be having your 3.5 here. Can you see that? That's my 3.5, which is very correct. Now remember that we are now going ahead to create our armhole. And remember that whenever you get your chest measurement divided by 2, your armhole is going to be that measurement. So now we have our chest measurement to be what? 9.5. So our armhole is also going to be what? 9.5. So it means at the end of the day, it's folded. We are going to have what? 19 of our armholes. You get it? So 19. So before you do that, I come up here 1.5. Please just follow these rules, and I'm sure you are going to achieve your best shirt. Yeah. So this 1.5. So I start on this. You see my 1.5 here. So I stand on this. Then I mark my 9.5. I mark my 1.5. half. And bear in mind that depending on how tall the person is, it depends on your armholes. Someone is very short, but the person has a shoulder measurement of 18, but the person is short, so you're not going to go with the 9.5 for that person, unless the person is tall and the person is having a shoulder measurement of 18. That is when, after dividing, you add your half inches and use the same thing for your armhole. And the person I'm working for, he's not too tall, he's an average person, so I'll just use 9 instead of 9.5. So I'm going to use 9 for this person, so that at the end of the day we finish, then we are achieving 18 instead of 19. Yeah, I hope you can see that. So this is our line. So let me quickly rule the line. Remember, your line should always be straight. Always, your line should be what? Straight. So this is my line. Then I just want to connect it. Yeah, we connect it to the top. Remember that your line should always be what? Straight lines. You should always have a straight line. Alright, so this is my 9 inches. So what I'm going to do right now is, please take note. What I'm going to do right now, before I create my armhole, our armhole too is not straight. Yes, it's curved. It's round. So what I will do is that I will divide this line from down here. Our line is 8.5. So I'm just going ahead to divide 8.5 by 2. 8 1/4, 4/4. Sorry, this is 8 1/4. So this 8 1/4. Then from this point I come in half inches. I hope you can see that. So see how I'm going to connect it. Before anything, what you do is, remember that our chest measurements, I told you that the original chest measurement is 40, but we went by 50 because we want to shape. We don't want to be shortened with our measurements after creating or after constructing our shirts. That's why we added 10 inches allowance. So now let's come back to our original measurements, which is 40. So when you divide 40 by 4, you are going to achieve what? 10 inches. So please look at this. So this is our chest. We should be achieving 10. So this is where our 10 inches is. And we want to add some allowance. Of course, the person should feel free in the dress. So I'm going to go by let's say 1 inches is fine. So let me add 1 inches, or I'll go with 1.5. So 1.5 plus 10 is going to give you 11 and half. 11 and half. Because I really want my client to feel so free in their dress. Yeah, so this is my 11 and half. So now I hope you can see this. So from this we are going to create our armhole. So please look at this. So I'm just going ahead to create my armhole. I hope you can see that. So we make sure that you don't come across your shoulder line, because your shoulder line is also measured. So I'm just going ahead to create. Yeah. Then you create it. You create it. All right, so this is our armhole. Now, as I said, back to the measurement. The shoulder to hip is 24. So please take note. So now let's come back here. This is our shoulder to hip. It's what? 24. So this is our 24. So what I'll go ahead and create a straight line here so that you don't get confused. This is a straight line. So this is our shoulder to hip. So what do I do next? The next thing I'm going to do is whatever, please remember,